All right, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to, for this year, start doing more music reviews. Is when I started this channel, I wanted to do kind of all three in one. I want to do movies, I want to do games, and I want to do music. Last year, I focused mainly on games and movies. This year, I want to focus more on music. So, starting today, with my first review, we are reviewing Selena Gomez's new album called Rare. So let's get right into this. So first off, the album starts really well with the song Rare. I do like it. It's something different. It's a different sound for Selena Gomez. And overall, it's just, it has a nice bump to it. And the underlying bass that's in it is really gets you grooving. And I do really like this song. It does sound something like John Bellion would have worked on, just the way it's laid out. But overall, I do think it's good. One of the main problems I have with this album is just there's no real flow to it. There is certain things that you expect from an album, and there's certain moods you go into it with. So when you hear the first song on a record, you mainly want to keep that emotion if you're an artist. So if you have a sad song starting the record, you want the next song to be a sad song so they stay in that emotion and that they will relate with the song more or enjoy it more. And then as the album goes, if you're having more upbeat songs, you put those at the end, you build towards those upbeat songs. This album unfortunately does not do that. It's just kind of placed wherever the songs are. So you go to Rare, which is an upbeat song. Then you go to Dance Again, which, you know, a dance song and stuff and get you going. And then Look at Her Now is the same thing. It's this kind of hype song. So if the album was supposed to start off kind of dancey and stuff like that, that's fine. But then immediately all that momentum is halted with the song Lose You to Love Me, which is a really good song, but it ruins the flow of the album in total. And then you go from Lose You to Love Me, which is a really not depressing but emotional song, and then you go to kind of a more upbeat Ring and Vulnerable, and then go back right down to a slower song, Let Me Get to Let Me, Crowded Room. So the flow of the album is just, it's not where it should have been, and I do think it should have been laid out differently, and I think it would have made the overall experience better. Now, what I am, I guess, the most disappointed with is, so Selena Gomez has always been made out to be kind of a boring artist. Whether that's just her musical talents and her musical structure, her song layouts, and just overall her lyrics. And when Lose You to Love Me came out, that was a very emotional song. Her singing really does take a step forward in that, and you can tell she's actually trying in this music. So I wanted that in this album. And the song Rare is something unique, and the way her voice sounds in it's unique. She's kind of doing this higher pitched, auto-tuned a little bit voice in that, and that sounds really good until later on the track list. It all sounds like that, and it all sounds similar. Through my third listen through this album, all the songs just bleed together. Rare's a standout, Lose You to Love Me is a standout just because of the different tones, and then Look at Her Now is different because it is a complete different beat than all the other ones. But Dance Again, Vulnerable, Ring, People You Know, Let Me Get Me, Crowded Room, Kind of Crazy, they all feel very similar, and even the final track on the album with Kid Cudi feels like all the other ones. There's no real standout moments on this. And I guess that's the most disappointing part. It's been 4 years since her last album, or whatever, 5 years, and she's trying to establish her own sound. So, you know, if you hear an Ariana Grande song, you know it's Ariana Grande. And I get Selena Gomez is trying to establish her new sound so that when you hear it, you know it's her. But I just don't think this sound is good enough and can get very repetitive very quickly. So that's the annoying part with this album. A lot of the songs are lackluster. When you get outside of songs like Rare, Look at Her Now, Lose You, Love Me, and even Vulnerable, it's just kind of, in the song Fun, but Fun feels just like Rare, but I actually do like that song. But when you get out of those, the songs like Ring, People You Know, Let Me Get Me, Crowded Room, they're all just meh. They're bland, and they all feel similar. There's no different beats, and there's no different, I guess, takes on this new unique voice she's trying to put out there, and it's just really disappointing overall. I think for an album that was heavily weighted on, and her promoting it as like her, I guess, even though her last album was called Revival, like her revival of her career, it's sad to see her go with more simplistic beats and more, I guess, tacky ways of using her voice. So if I had to give this album a rating out of 10, I'm giving it a 6.5. I just don't think there's enough here to make it a great album. 6.5 is good, you're passing, but it's not fantastic. You're not really standing out. But I do think Rare, Fun, and Lose You to Love Me, your song you should definitely listen to. But my next review for music, I'll be reviewing Mac Miller's new album, Circles, so that'll be a good one to listen to. So please, if you want more music reviews, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.